Hi guys, welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate and I am happy to have you here. Today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading that is going to be about how your person is thinking that you feel about them, and then we're going to go into how they think that you view them. Okay, so I'm excited to get into this. I think this is a really interesting reading topic. I'm excited to see what comes through for you guys. So we have three piles here. For pile 1, we have the Lemurian Quartz Crystal. For pile 2, we have the Black Obsidian Crystal. And for pile 3, we have the Celestite Crystal. So go ahead and pick the pile that you're feeling the most drawn to. You may have messages in more than one pile, and that's totally okay. Just go ahead and pick the one that you're feeling right now. So I will have the timestamps linked down below, and I will see you at your reading. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Lemurian Quartz, this is going to be your reading about how your person thinks that you view them, and then also how your person is thinking you feel about them. So let's start off with the how does your person think that you view them. So let's see what they're kind of projecting onto you as to how they think that you're feeling. So this is all subjective and from your person's point of view. Okay, so it doesn't mean that it's accurate. It's just how they are thinking you are viewing them right now. So it may blend a little bit with how they think you feel, but we'll kind of see what comes through, and we'll clarify on anything we feel like was vague. So I'm going to ask for any positive spirit guides to come through to help me channel this message for the highest good of everyone watching. Tap into pile 1's person. How does pile 1's person think pile 1 is viewing? How does pile 1's person think pile 1 views them? Okay, we have the moon. Knight of Pentacles here in reverse. So your person thinks that you view them as someone who's like kind of mysterious, or like that you don't really know like what their intentions are. It's like they kind of feel like they come off like they leave a lot to mystery, or like they think they come off as mysterious. We also have Justice in reverse. So it's almost like they think that for you guys, pile 1, they think that you view them as someone who is confusing to you, and someone that takes a long time to like take action, and also someone who they almost think that you may look down upon them sometimes, or think that they think that you think that this person that with this Justice in reverse, that they don't always do the right thing. You know, it's almost like they think that you view them as unreliable, or someone who kind of doesn't really follow through on promises, and someone who kind of leaves a lot unknown. We also have the 6 of Wands in reverse. So I almost feel like this person doesn't think that you view them in the most positive light, honestly. Like your person is thinking that you view them as someone who may be kind of stuck in their ego, or someone who does certain things just kind of for ego gratification, or maybe more superficial as a person. Someone who, yeah, I definitely feel like for you guys, pile 1, I feel like with your person, you guys may not be on the best terms right now. So if that doesn't sound like your pile, then you might want to look at the energy check-in of the other piles. But it almost seems like they think that you view them negatively, honestly. It's almost like they think that you view them like someone who doesn't really have very much courage, or someone that kind of hides from this connection because, you know, they don't have the confidence to face it. Like they almost feel like you view them like a coward in a way. That's interesting. With the Sun here in reverse. Let's get Queen of Wands here in reverse. Yeah. Yeah, they think that you view them like they are, I'm hearing trash. Like literally that's what your person is coming through to say. It's almost like with this Queen of Wands in reverse, this person imagines that you almost are like maybe mad at them, or feel frustrated by what this person has to offer you. It's like they think that you feel like I'm seeing the Oracle card, the one that hides the sun, with this sun in reverse. It's almost like you feel like this person withholds like affection from you, and it's like this person thinks that you feel frustrated by them, and you feel like they don't make things very clear with you. They feel like you see them as someone who's mysterious, someone who kind of can be selfish sometimes and doesn't really think of you. It's like this person is definitely thinking that you feel that they don't really take you into account, and that there's someone that kind of like even irritates you in a way. It's like it's coming through like that, or like someone that you're frustrated by, you know, with this Knight of Cups in reverse too. It's like they think that you view them as someone who's unreliable, or someone who is kind of like maybe plays the field, or someone who kind of like messes with you and your emotions. It's almost like this person feels like they hide a lot, almost like it's like they hide from you, and they'll leave you in the dark for like a long time regarding their feelings. So it's like they feel like you think this is unfair, and like that the way that they kind of treat you is like not necessarily the best, you know? So for you guys, pile one, I feel like your person is not too confident about the way that you see them. Like they think that you see them in a more negative light. And then maybe this is deserved because maybe they've done things with this Justice in reverse that just haven't been really fair to you, or maybe they haven't really, yeah, there's just this big essence of them feeling like you view them as someone who like maybe secretive, or may kind of like hide from you, almost like they like are ashamed or something. It's almost like they like hide from taking responsibility. That's how they think that you see them. All right, what else? How else does pile one's person think that pile one views them? Yeah, Queen of Cups here in reverse. Nine of Cups. It's like, why won't you just give me what I want? It's like they almost feel like you think that they withhold from you a lot. And then we also have the Hierophant in reverse. And yeah, you may see this person as someone who's non-committal, someone who doesn't really like fulfill your needs. And this is definitely how they think you see them. So if this is accurate, that's really interesting. But with this Queen of Cups here in reverse, it's like in this Queen of Wands, it's like they feel like in your eyes, this person kind of can frustrate you a lot and kind of leaves you feeling like emotionally unfulfilled. With the Sun in reverse and this Nine of Cups in reverse, it's like, why are the one who hides the sun keeps coming through? It's like, why won't you just give me what I want? It's like they almost they think that you view them as someone who just doesn't like come through with what you want. It's like you want one thing and this person does another thing. It's like they feel like they always kind of manage to be disappointing towards you. And with the Hierophant in reverse, I feel like they think that you see them as someone who isn't super committal or consistent. It's like you see this person as kind of doing their own thing, or being selfish in a way, as like to where they disappear, and it's like you can't get any consistency out of this person, and they seem to know that you feel that way about them. Lovers in reverse here too. It's like you feel like this person won't just, they think that you see them as someone who really won't put their heart first. You know, it's like they seem to think that you think that they are always making decisions that are really like not genuine. It's almost like you think that they think that you kind of see them as someone who is acting from a place of immaturity, or even just like not genuine. It's like you feel like this person does things because it's like for their ego instead of for what they actually want. And I feel like this person thinks that you may view them as someone who maybe even puts on like a front, or like lives their life, or surrounds themselves by certain people just kind of for like the look of it, instead of really what makes them happy. And so there's almost this essence of them thinking that you thinking that it's hard to come through with it, because it's like the line is this person thinks that you think that they don't always do what's really true to their heart. And you kind of see this person as someone who has a lot of shadows to work through, and someone who doesn't really face their fears, or like may hide from their fears, or may hide from the things that they've done wrong, or kind of like, it's like they kind of run from the connection, or they kind of just don't really take accountability for their actions. And it's kind of like they with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's almost like sometimes this person doesn't follow through on their actions. You know, it's like they think that they've shown themselves as unreliable to you. What else for pile one? We have the Three of Swords in reverse. And so, yeah, this person thinks that you view them as someone who maybe breaks hearts a lot, or maybe they've like really hurt you, and so they think that you view them as like a player or someone who can't be tamed, is what I'm hearing. Like Miley Cyrus, like can't be tamed, like someone who doesn't really commit easily to relationships, someone who like always wants to be on their own, like doesn't want to be tied down, and you view them as like a heartbreaker. That's what they think you view them as. The eight of, yeah, and then we the King of Wands here in reverse. Again, it's like you think this person is, they think that you think of them in a way where it's like they can say a lot about what they want to do or like what they want from someone, or it's like they can talk a big game, but then they don't necessarily follow through with that. With this Eight of Pentacles here in reverse, it's like they don't actually know how to build something solid with someone. It's like and the King of Wands is also about having the vision and like the motivation to like champion something forward. And it's almost like they think that you see them as like incapable of, really working towards something that's solid with a person. It's like they think that you see them as someone that doesn't really, in the Moon again, it's like someone who's very much ruled by their shadows or their ego, or someone that, the song that's also coming through is, who do you think you are? Running around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts, tearing love apart. So this person like thinks like, Jar of Hearts by what's her face? I can't think of her name. You guys know. They almost think that that's how you view them, So yeah, let's get some more. Let's get some oracle cards. Yeah, there's just this essence of them thinking that you view them as someone that like doesn't know how to work hard, or like doesn't know how to commit themselves to something and really follow through on it. It's like you see them as unreliable and hard to trust also. They think that. We have Thief. Yes. 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 Stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. So it's like, yeah, it's almost like this person, like you see them as someone who kind of, yeah, literally, who do you think you are? Collecting your jar of hearts, like stealing people's hearts, and like look at how he has a heart like in his coat. It's almost like this person, you see this, they think that you see them as like, another song was coming through. Like there's a song called Thief in the Night, or I don't know if it's called that, but it's like, thief in the night, I'm coming for your heart, coming for your heart. This time it's anything goes. I guess I'm just a selfish ghost. It's almost like this person feels like they kind of fill this role of being like the bad boy, or like someone who kind of breaks hearts a lot. Like that's how they think that you're viewing them, and someone who may leave a lot of like women frustrated or feeling emotionally fulfilled. It's like you see this person as just like kind of someone who's for themselves, as like a player, someone who yeah, like not as capable, like they don't really know how to commit, and that they frustrate multiple people. And it's almost coming through that like they think that you think that it's not just you that they've kind of like broken a heart. It's like they do this a lot. And so I almost feel like this person kind of can come through and maybe put up a certain front or something, and then they kind of just leave with the energy that they took, and then they kind of disappear again with this Moon energy. It's like they are hard to pin down, and it's like they're hard to get them to kind of stick around in a way. So yeah, that feels pretty solid for me. So I'm going to go into how they think you feel about them. It was already coming through a little bit, but we'll kind of see what else we can get. I wonder if this is accurate for how you guys actually feel. But they seem to be aware of themselves, which is what's interesting. I feel like for you guys, if you've kind of wondered if this person is like aware that they kind of come off like that, like they are, They know what they're doing, this person. All right, for pile one's person. How does pile one's person think that pile one is feeling right now towards them? What do they think that they're feeling? Six of Wands. How do I think pile one's feeling? High Priestess in reverse. King of Wands in reverse. How does pile one's person? Hermit in reverse here. Okay, so I feel like this may be someone that you're not talking to right now, or with this hermit here, I almost feel like this is someone you might be in no contact with, and you guys may just have like, you guys may still have each other on social media, or you guys may, occasionally talk or something and like just catch up, or, but I feel like there's this essence of the bulk of the relationship having kind of already occurred, and this kind of being someone that may have been a situationship, may have been an ex, maybe someone who just never really got grounded with, but it's someone who you guys still is in your circle, or like still is on the periphery of your circle is how I feel about this person. But they think that you are feeling almost like they lost out on you. Like with the Six of Wands, that can talk about someone getting recognition or kind of feeling like they're being looked at. And it's almost like this person feels like they're very cut out from your energy or cut out from your life right now. It's like they feel cut out from your life, okay? It's like they feel like they can't really read you right now. And they think that since you view them that way, it's almost like they feel like you've intentionally kind of like slowed down communication with this person, that you don't really trust this person either. It's almost like they think that you feel like you didn't really trust your intuition on them, and that you're kind of seeing them differently now with this King of Wands here. How do you think you're feeling? This King of Wands in reverse being that you kind of are seeing them for who they are instead of what maybe you originally thought they were like. Like, I feel like they may have tried to come off like a King of Wands, like someone who's going to be very confident, someone who has a lot of charisma, someone who's very driven, but it's kind of like you see that that's kind of just a mask that they can wear. And it's almost like this person thinks that you are realizing that with this High Priestess in reverse. Like kind of, I'm hearing like a phony or a fake. It's like they think that you feel like that about them. All right, Pile 1's person. How's Pile 1's person think that Pile 1 is feeling? Three of Cups here in reverse. Yeah, it's almost like they may think that, yeah, and then Death at the back of the deck. It's like, I feel like this person is thinking that you feel like they're off kind of partying, or like kind of like having third party. They think that you feel like there's a third party, or this person is, very egoic, and it's almost like they think that you're in this energy of, I'm doing better without you. Like, I didn't see you clearly, but like I see you clearly now. Like, I definitely feel like I like missed things about you. Maybe like recently something kind of came out. It's just for some of you, but I almost feel like they're realizing that they think that you have kind of realized that they aren't the most reliable or like charismatic person, and that they feel like you are feeling like they get a lot of their validation from superficial causes. And with this Hermit in reverse, it's like they feel very much like you're very intentionally blocking this person out. And also they think that you may be doing well, or you may be like looking good, you may be posting good pictures, you may be doing something in your career, something's going well for you, I feel like. And they almost think that you are feeling like sucks for you, kind of, like this energy of like kind of like you're winning. Like, I feel like this person thinks that you view yourself as like winning in this connection. I do kind of think that's true. Like, not that you see it as a competition, but it's almost like they might see it as a competition. Like, this person's very much in their ego, and it's like they feel like you're winning in a way, and so they kind of think that because of that you're like not giving them the time of day anymore. But there's this essence coming through that like you've kind of caught them in their ways, and like that the way you feel about them is that you didn't really know who they were in the beginning, and it's almost like that's becoming more clear to you that this person really isn't who you thought they were. And this person seems to be aware that you're having this like kind of change of heart, or that you may be kind of like letting them go with this Death card, or that you may be kind of like having realizations about them, and like maybe you're kind of tired of their like the way that they are. It's like they kind of think that you may be getting tired of dealing with them, going around the same loop with them. All right, what else? How's Pile 1's person thinking that Pile 1 is feeling? The Ten of Cups here in reverse. Yeah, that it's almost like you're like, I don't really want a future with you anymore. Like, I used to want that, I did used to want that with you, but like recently, like I don't really, I don't think that sounds as good to me anymore. And I feel like with this Page of Wands here, I almost feel like this person like may like check up on your social media. It's like they may feel like you guys like kind of have a communication going on. Like maybe you guys watch each other's stories or things like that, but I almost feel like there's this essence of them thinking that um, the Hangman here reversed, and we also have the Two of Cups here in reverse. They think that you feel like this Hangman in reverse, that you haven't changed. It's almost like this person thinks that you're realizing that they're not changing, or that they're kind of staying in this immature state with this Page of Wands with this Hangman 2 in reverse. It's like they're not really surrendering to love either. It's like this person, they think that you're viewing them as someone who's still kind of doing the same thing that they've always been doing, and it's like they almost think that you're seeing them in this new light that's like more negative or more like childish, you know, like with this Hangman in reverse, it's almost like you think that they think that you know, or think that they have not really slowed down their lifestyle or stopped to really look at themselves differently or look at this relationship. It's almost like they're aware that you may have this feeling about them, that they don't really stop to mature too much. It's kind of like this person just keeps going, you know, like after a breakup, it's like they don't really change their ways. It's kind of like they stay stubborn in their, that's how they think that you're viewing them. So I feel like that could be true, honestly, given the way that this energy is feeling. Yeah, we have Judgment back the deck too, and it's like I feel like this person is thinking that you're having this like new judgment of them, or a new understanding of like kind of who they are, and they seem to be feeling like you're almost seeing behind their mask. You know, it's like I feel like this person may have worn a mask around you, and it may have worked for a certain amount of time with you, but I feel like it's gotten to a point where like you're starting to see what you didn't see, you know, in the beginning. And I feel like with this Two Cups here in reverse, it's almost like you're starting to feel like this person, they think that you're starting to see them as someone that really isn't that good of a match for you. You know, it's like maybe in the past you felt like this person was like a really good like Two of Cups situation where you guys see eye to eye and it just like flows really naturally well. But it's almost like they're aware that now you feel like, you know what, actually, like now that more time's passed, now that I've gotten more information on you, like I don't feel so sure that like you're someone I really want a future with, or someone that I want to chase, you know? Yeah, okay. And then we also have we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Four of Cups in reverse, and the Ten of Wands. And it's almost like they think that you are putting down like the burden or the responsibility you felt towards this relationship. You may have even put a lot of work into this relationship, or really poured your energy into it and try to make it work at one point. And I feel like this person feels like now, if anything, the tables have turned and you're the one who isn't super open to them now, you know? Yeah, and then let me just clarify this. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's almost like they think that you feel like you are looking for someone who is more, they almost are thinking in their own mind, like, I feel like my pile one is looking for someone else. There may even be someone else, they think. They think that you may even have someone else in your life now who actually is going to be grounded and working towards something grounded with you. And it's almost like they feel like because maybe you have someone else, or like something else is going on, it's not that maybe you either have someone else that you have your eyes on or that you're talking to. You may be in a new relationship, or you may just have the idea that like you're like done with this type of person, this King of Wands in reverse, you're ready for Knight of Pentacles. Like, you want a different type of person. And with this King of Swords in reverse, it's almost like they feel like they haven't given you very much emotionally, you know? It's like I feel like they've spent so much time kind of not being there for you and like not necessarily being emotionally available for you. And it's like they almost feel like the tables have turned, and it's like they feel like you're like not down to kind of go around the merry-go-round with this person. Yeah. And then it's like you're kind of trying to work towards your own dreams, you know? You're trying to build something different for yourself, they think. And maybe that's why that like Six of Wands is here, is maybe you've already like moved on with someone else. And they feel like you've kind of like won in a way, or like you've kind of, you're like done with this connection, basically, is how it feels. Or it's like you want someone who's really going to build something with you, and you're trying to get serious with this Knight of Pentacles and this Eight of Pentacles. It's like you're off to the next thing. And also with this Page of Wands, I feel like they may think that you've like started down a new avenue. This could be you started a new career, you started a new relationship. It's almost like they feel like you're on to the next as well, while they're kind of staying trapped in the same old cycle. It's almost like they feel like you've transformed yourself, and, you know, they feel like they can't read you as much anymore. That's another thing coming through, because I feel like they don't have as much access to your energy potentially, or just like getting clues from how you're feeling, or like you don't talk to them as much anymore, because I feel like you're putting down, you're tired of carrying the weight in this connection, and they seem to be aware of that. How's pile one's person thinking that pile one's feeling towards pile one's person? Yeah, we have healing. I saw that already. Yeah, this person thinks that you've stepped away to really heal your heart from them, and it's almost like they're feeling this defeat, you know. And I feel like, especially with the Six of Wands having come out in the how do they view you part, it's almost like now that you've been healing your heart, and like you don't have this same like wound that kind of made you like this person or kind of chase this person. It's like they don't really have a power over you, and it's like this person's feeling powerless right now, because you kind of stepped away to heal yourself, you know. Yeah, they feel like you've been healing from this, and that you've really like kind of surprised them by like where you've come out. We have choice here, and then we also have begin in reverse. And I feel like with this choice, I feel like what's coming through is that I feel like they think that you have different options, or like your attention is elsewhere now, or like they feel like you have other choices or other options as to why you're not pouring into them anymore. And then I feel like with this begin in reverse, it's almost like you're no longer open to a beginning with them. You know, it's almost like you're tired of, you're letting go of this opportunity. You're letting go of chasing this opportunity and trying to make it into something more. It's almost like they think that they've lost this chance at a beginning with you, and that's because you've kind of healed yourself without them, because they haven't been there for you, you know. The song Bored is coming through by Billie Eilish as well. You might want to listen to that song. I feel like that's like very much your guys' energy for pile one. So I love this reading. I'm going to get you some advice to finish out the reading, see what Spirit wants you to hear right now. Good for you guys, though. I'm seeing freedom is yours. What does pile one need to hear? What does pile one most need to hear right now? Time to heal and learn from the past. Okay, so I feel like what Spirit is saying is, you know, this may have been a really draining connection for you with this 10 of Wands here, and I feel like Spirit is congratulating you for taking this space with this Hermit, and kind of putting in some boundaries with this person, so you can heal from this connection, you know, because I feel like this is something that really drained you. I feel like this person really never had like your best intention at heart, you know. It's like they may have liked certain aspects of this connection, but it's almost like they never really poured into the connection like you did. And I feel like Spirit is saying it's time to learn from the past and create something different and something new, and to take this as a lesson as to in discernment and what you want to pour your energy into versus what you know is going to be like a red flag for you. And I feel like this is very much a learning opportunity and an opportunity to heal maybe some of the aspects of you that allowed this kind of treatment from this person, or allowed yourself to chase this person, anything like that. Kind of looking at that and trying to rewrite, you know, where things are going for you, and try to attract a connection that is nothing like this. And I feel like Spirit's saying this is a good opportunity to look at this connection and go, how are things going to be different next time? Like, what am I not going to allow? Like, what am I going to look for in people? Things like that. So that's what I have for you guys, pile one. If this resonated, make sure you hit the like button. It really supports my videos and my channel, and I appreciate all of you guys that have been doing that. Comment down below if you feel like sharing anything. I love to read your guys' comments. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'll be posting about 2 to 3 videos per week, so I'm hoping to see you guys at the next one. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Hi, pile 2. If you chose the black tourmaline crystal, this is going to be your reading about how your person is thinking that you're viewing them and feeling about them. So I'm going to start off with how your person is thinking that you're viewing them, and some of your feelings will come through, but we'll also go into depth with both of them. So kind of use this as an energy check-in. If this sounds like how you are imagining that your person probably thinks roughly you are feeling about them or viewing them as a person. So we're starting off with how you're currently viewing them as a person. So I'm going to ask for any positive spirit guides to come through. Tell me, channel this message for the highest good of everyone watching. All right. How is Pal 2's person currently thinking that they are viewing them? How's Pal 2's person currently thinking that they're viewing them? Okay, 2 of Pentacles in reverse. 7 of Cups in reverse. King of Wands. Okay, so it feels like they think that you're viewing them as someone who's kind of trying to get their life together. Maybe someone who's recently someone maybe who, this is just kind of coming through about like their career. Maybe they've like jumped around careers quite a bit, or it's like they never really know what they want. It's almost like this, they think that you view them as someone who is trying to like create a life for themselves right now, but they kind of keep messing up or falling into like the same sort of rut, or something like that. But there's a lot coming through with them not being able to prioritize their life. It's almost like you see them that way, or someone that maybe makes decisions, maybe has like kind of like a delusional sense of like what they want to create in a way with this King of Wands here and the 7 of Cups. It's like maybe they think you view them as someone who's kind of maybe a little bit like too idealistic in their life, and maybe that causes them to not really find as much practical success. But let's see what else comes through. We have the 10 of Cups coming out. The 6 of Swords as well. Let's get one more, and I'm going to channel the Magician. Yeah, it's like you view this person as someone who's like trying to manifest a change in their life or some sort of happy future. Maybe they were in some sort of a situation with work or another relationship even. You could even know that they had like a more difficult relationship. And it's almost like they think that you are aware that this person's definitely like trying to manifest or create something that doesn't kind of crash and burn. With the 6 of Swords, it's like you feel like this person's trying to transition to a better place in their life right now, that they're trying to manifest that with the Magician here and the King of Wands. They're trying to create something for their life. They're trying to build up their life. It's like they think that you view them in this way where it's like they're trying to, you know, really empower their career, or like empower, you know, yeah, we have the 7 of Pentacles. It's like you view this person as someone who's trying to do things better this time around. It could be in regards to work, or it could be in regards to like a relationship. You may think that they're trying to do a better job of kind of balancing their relationships in life, things like that. It's like, it's almost like this person is like they think you view them as someone who's very like determined to like invest correctly, like someone who's maybe, yeah. And then we have the 10 of coins here as well, and like the 3, they don't want to repeat the same mistakes. I almost feel like this person has maybe felt stagnant recently, or maybe you've kind of seen them not succeed as much as they wanted to in some front. They maybe have talked to you about this, or it's like they seem to be aware, or they think that you are seeing them as someone who's really trying to like build a legacy for themselves. So kind of even coming into like money or something. It's like you view them as someone who's looking to make sure that they invest correctly. Like, I don't know if this person like did a poor investment or kind of saw an opportunity where there wasn't one. I'm just looking at this King of Wands with this 7 of Cups. It's almost like they think you view them as someone who's like kind of up and coming, if that makes sense, or someone who's like, who is reinventing themselves in a way. See what else comes through. It's like very visionary, like very idealistic. Like you see this person in a very like, oh, they always talk about what they, you know, want to create, and they have all these ideas, and it's like they're trying to like make this better life for themselves, but they seem to kind of not quite have everything together though, or like maybe they have a past of that. What else? How does Pal 2's person think that they're viewing them? Yeah, Page of Wands. Like they're embarking on some sort of a journey, it feels like, or some sort of like a new passion project. We had the Hangman. Yeah, they think that you view this person as maybe they've crashed and burned recently. Like maybe they've tried to kind of create something for themselves. Maybe they've gone down a career path or two that didn't really work for them. And it's almost like you view this person as someone who's like really had to shift gears recently, really has had to like surrender to something not working. yeah, and this person may be someone who's like trying to create their own business, maybe someone who has like their own creative ideas, like something kind of coming through about that. It's like just feels like they're trying to create some sort of a legacy, and it's like they've had a lot of like twists and turns through that process. And so with this Page of Swords here as well, it's like it's almost like they're always learning. This person may be like always very curious. They have a curious mind. They think you view them as someone who's always like learning, or like always likes to chit chat. It's like this person likes to talk a lot, likes to kind of they may even have like a childish kind of sense of like what's practical. They think that you may view them sometimes as like a little bit childish in that way with this page, these two pages. We also have the Hermit here in reverse. Get one more. Let's call two's person. Thinking that how one would use them. We have the King of Swords here. Okay, so I also feel like maybe sometimes this person goes into like no contact with you. Or maybe when this person's life wasn't going super well with this Tower, it's kind of making me feel like this person may shut down sometimes, or they may kind of they may lack a practicality about them. They may think that they don't really plan things out super well. It's almost like they think that you feel like this about them, that they are kind of forced to kind of crash and burn sometimes, because it's almost like they don't plan things out super well. They don't invest correctly. It's almost like you see them as someone who may like, yeah, so we had the Page of Swords, and I was almost getting that it's like this person's like intellect or like planning abilities with this Three of Wands here are kind of immature in a way, or it's almost like they don't really think of everything practically. Like the King of Wands is someone who's very strategic and very good with logical concepts and like planning things out in a logical way. And it's almost like I feel like with this Hermit in reverse, it's almost like I feel like this person could get themselves in dead-end situations because they aren't really prioritizing their life correctly, or they aren't building things on a solid foundation a lot of the times. And this could be to do with their relationships, like the way they are in relationships, or even could be the way that they're trying to like build a career, or it could be the way that they go about relationships, that they're thinking that, you know, it could go for the relationship as well. So what I'm saying is they could be thinking that you think that when it comes to building a good relationship, it's kind of like they may kind of what I'm kind of getting the image of is like someone who's like over promising their time, or someone who's like, yeah, this makes sense for me to like go on a trip abroad, and you know, I'm gonna be gone for 3 months, you know, but you know, I'll be back. It's almost like you feel like they don't really see the vision of the future for this relationship, or it's like they kind of make decisions that aren't really well thought out. It's kind of that's how they think that you view them. So let's get an oracle card for this. It's like they kind of have a childlike energy. It's not all negative, by the way. It's more like, you know, I'm sure sometimes it's endearing, but I feel like other times it can be like frustrating to kind of feel like you have to be like the older one in this relationship, or the one who's kind of like thinking more practically. Like this person like puts you in that role a lot because they're not going to be the person in that role. Or it's almost like maybe they aren't focusing on the relationship because they're trying to like kind of build this life, and it's kind of like, okay, like, are you really getting anywhere? Like, are you sure this is like, you want to keep prioritizing that like over the relationship? Yeah, we have child nature, friendship with animals, communication with nature, tendency to, that's not what I'm getting. I'm definitely getting that this person has a very childlike nature to them. Like, you know, it's like they're always kind of like running around and kind of like getting themselves into like situations. I'm almost like seeing like a kid's TV show, or like something where it's like there's always an adventure with this person. It's like they think that you see them as someone who's very like adventurous, like loves to try new things, loves to like adventure, like likes to travel, maybe likes to like learn a lot about different cultures. They're very excited by everything. It's like they get very excited by everything is how you kind of view them. Like, and it's almost like they kind of see things like always going to have a fairy tale ending. And it's almost like sometimes this person isn't super grounded in practicality. It's almost like they're like what I'm also being brought to is like the movie I watched it recently. I can't remember exactly what it is. Oh my gosh, it's like the Robinsons, Meet the Robinsons, I think. And it's like the kid is very like different, and like he's always kind of seeing the world differently, and he's like always thinking about what he can like invent. And like the parents are always kind of like, oh gosh, like what disaster is this going to be now? And it's not that like you're necessarily coming in with that. I just feel like maybe it's impacted the relationship, where it's like, is this person going to kind of always be like this? But like it's kind of endearing, you know. It's like they kind of think that you see it as endearing, but it's also like they feel like you think that sometimes there may be like an irresponsibility that comes with that sort of like kid-like nature that they have, but I think they also feel like you like that about them. It's not all bad, you know, that's what's coming through. So let's get into how how they think that you're feeling about them specifically. I'm interested to get into this part as well. All right, how's Pal 2's person currently thinking that Pal 2 is feeling about them? I'm gonna get a sip of my water. How is Pile 2's person perceiving that Pile 2 is currently feeling about Pile 2? Okay, we have the Six of Swords here. Three of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. Okay, like there's almost this feeling of them thinking that they aren't sure. They think that you aren't sure if like, they think that you might be having doubts about a partnership with this person. They think that you may be having doubts about it. Yeah, you're having doubt. They think, this is just what they think. This doesn't have to be true, but it's like, they think that you may be not wanting to really fight for this connection anymore, or that you may be like kind of ready to like move on. With the Six of Swords talks about like moving on. The Three of Pentacles is kind of talking about, in reverse especially, is like, you know, I don't know if this is the best like team for me, you know. With this Ace of Swords, it's like, it's almost, and Ace of Swords in reverse can talk about like a lack of clarity, or kind of like not really feeling sure if like you want to fight for this connection. That's how they think that you're feeling right now, which is interesting. Three of Cups here in reverse. I'm gonna get, why is the Three of Cups here? Why is the Three of Cups here in reverse? The Moon. It's almost like they think that you may be having kind of like fears, or that fears that maybe even there's like third parties with this Three of Cups in reverse, or you may even think that this person has a lifestyle that's like kind of irresponsible. It doesn't necessarily have to be a third party. I'm not trying to say that that would be like a new fact for you, but it's almost like this person's feeling like you're viewing them, like you're having fears about the connection, honestly, that you're not really sure if it's going to be practical for you for the long term, that you're just not feeling too certain about the outcome of the relationship. And there's almost this feeling of them thinking that they may be irresponsible, or they may be, you know, spending their time not in the wisest ways. Like they may be kind of like partying or going out, and you know, they may be thinking that you feel like they aren't really fighting for the connection either. We have the King of Wands here also coming out. So they think that you are seeing them as maybe focusing more on their life than this relationship, and being a good partner to you. You know, we have the Nine of Wands here. How do they think you feel? They feel like you're almost at like your last straw with them. It's almost like they feel like maybe you've been through a lot with this person, and it's almost like they feel like you may be getting kind of like growing tired of them in a way, or like growing kind of like, I don't know if I can go through like another challenge in this connection. Like I feel like I can't really weather that, and they seem to be aware that you're feeling that way. If you are, this is subjective from their point of view. All right, how's Pile 2's person thinking that they're feeling? Seven of Swords here in reverse. Yeah, there is an element of, okay, they think that you may be feeling like you kind of want to withdraw from the connection. Yeah. This Eight of Cups here, but it's almost like you're not sure whether or not you want to do that. And with this Seven of Swords here, it's almost like they have this like kind of suspicion or fear that maybe, you know, either they, let me tap into what they're getting with this. Hang on. They feel like you feel like there's a lack of certainty about whether or not there's other people in this connection. And maybe that's happened in the past. It's just for some of you guys, like this is kind of with all these Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups. It's almost like maybe this person hasn't really been super mature in their relationship, and they seem to think that you're kind of in this threshold of like, oh, should I move on from this person? You know, like I almost feel like maybe I've not really seen that there's been some secrets that they're keeping from me. Like that's how like they think you're seeing them. It's like maybe they think that you feel like there's secrets in the connection, or you know, there's a lot of stuff that like you aren't seeing in the light. You know, with the Moon, that means that there's hidden things, there's secrets. It's like almost like they think that maybe you're starting to feel like, if you really listen to your intuition with this like high priestess underneath, it's almost like they're thinking that you may be tapping into feeling like you don't know if this is right for you anymore. You know, that's how they think you're feeling, okay? So that you've definitely like been through a lot kind of with this is how it feels like with all the 7s and 9s. It's kind of like, you know, I feel like it's like the end of a cycle. It's like we're coming near to the end. And so it's almost like they think that you may kind of want to walk away from them, but like you don't know how. Like this is just how they think you're feeling. With that 8 of Cups there. It's like they almost like, yeah. All right. What else? How's Pile 2's person thinking that Pile 2 is feeling? Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's almost like a fire's burnt out, or kind of like, you know, I was having fun on this ride for a certain amount of time, but it just feels like things are just too chaotic. Like I just kind of feel like, you know, where's like kind of the more grounded aspects? Yeah, we have the Hierophant here. And so it's almost making me feel like this could be someone you've already had a commitment to for some time now, and almost like not knowing if it's something that you want to uphold anymore. It's like they almost think that you may break off the relationship with them, that you may walk away from it, that you're maybe not happy with the way that you may want commitment. For some of you guys, I feel like some of you guys have been in the relationship with this person for a while, and maybe for others of you, you guys aren't in a commitment yet, and it's kind of like this person is feeling like, for those of you that have been in a commitment with this person, that you may be wanting to walk away from it. For those of you that like haven't been in a relationship with this person, it's more like they feel like maybe the initial fire kind of burnt out, and now you're looking for something more stable and serious, and you don't want kind of immaturity in it. Like that's how they kind of feel. So there's some dissatisfaction. They, regardless of what your situation is, they feel like you're dissatisfied with the connection and that you want something different is kind of like what they're thinking. Ace of Cups, yeah, in reverse. It's almost like with all these aces in reverse, almost like, so that kind of makes me feel like it could have been actually a newer connection. It doesn't have to be someone you've known for a long time, but it may be that you guys have tried several times. This could have been on and off, where you guys are trying to get this like ace to go past the ace. So like the ace talks about a new opportunity, like a new emotional and like passionate opportunity here, that it felt like right off the bat with you guys, there was like a lot of emotional connection, a lot of passion, a lot of sparks flying between you guys. But then kind of like, where does the commitment come in? Like, where does the long-term plan come in? Like, I don't really know if that's going to work out, you know? Almost feeling like it didn't get the opportunity to really ground itself, you know? They almost think you're like getting tired of it or something, or like, yeah. Death in reverse, but it's almost like you don't know if you want to let it go. It's like kind of like you're in this, they think you're in this energy of kind of maybe wanting to break up with them, or kind of like leave this connection, but kind of feeling stuck here. 5 of Swords. Yeah, kind of feeling like you guys are on different pages. They almost feel like you might, yeah, and then the 8 of Swords, almost like they feel like you're kind of stuck at some point now in this connection. And with this like 5 of Swords here, it's like they almost think that you may at some point kind of like step away from them, or kind of like turn on them. You know, it's almost like they feel like you're getting pretty like over this, you know? It's like that's how they think you're feeling, at least. Yeah, you guys may have been arguing more. There may have just been some sort of disagreements where it's kind of like, maybe you guys have gotten like on the brink of sort of ending this before. That's kind of coming through, that like for some of you guys, maybe you guys have like tried to end it a couple times, and you guys keep coming back to each other. Or it could be that, you know, you guys keep kind of fighting, or it's just kind of obvious that things aren't really like working, or they aren't like really flowing between you guys as much anymore. And it's almost like your person is feeling like it's only a matter of time maybe before you like get fed up with this. But let's see what else. How does Pile 2's person think Pile 2's feeling? Yeah, we have rest here in reverse. Almost like we're getting tired, right? I keep saying we're getting tired of this. Yeah, like kind of just feeling like you've been on a merry-go-round for too long, and it's like I feel like I haven't gotten any rest. Like I just feel like there's no stability here. Like I'm kind of getting tired of like fighting for this, you know, because I feel like it's just not exactly what I want here. Yeah, we have move on here in reverse though. So there's almost this essence of not being able to move on, or like not really like there's this feeling of, are we going to move on? But then it's also in reverse twice. We have death, and then these two cards are like very much about moving on, but they're both in reverse. And so it's almost like, and with this Eight of Swords, you guys may share responsibilities for some of you guys, but there's almost this essence of, we're not happy here, but like we're also not, you know, getting anywhere. Like I also feel like I can't walk away from this, but I also am not happy in it. And so there's this lack of clarity about what you want. That's what they think. Okay. That's what they're thinking. That's how they feel like what phase you're at. Okay. So that's what I have for you guys. I'm going to get you some advice from Spirit just to kind of see what Spirit wants to tell you about this connection, what advice, you know, you really need to hear right now, pile 2. Let's see what comes through from Spirit. All right. What does pile 2 really need to hear right now? It says, time for a deep dive. Okay. So, and I feel almost, and then we also have nothing is wasted at the back of the deck. So a lot of you guys may feel like you've wasted a lot of your energy, or you've like overgiven and you're just getting like really tired and like fed up with this. Spirit is saying that this is like still a part of a lesson that's like good for you. And this is very much on your journey of growth. And they're trying to remind you to kind of understand that this is happening for a reason. And like, this didn't just happen just to waste your time or energy. It's more like there's a lesson to learn. And I feel like with time for a deep dive, I feel like what Spirit is saying is maybe you guys have been feeling like this for a long time, or maybe you guys have been avoiding kind of really tapping into your feelings about this connections, or maybe you guys have really kind of, maybe you guys haven't had like you two, like with everyone in pile 2 and then their person. It's almost like I feel like Spirit's wanting you guys to have like a deep conversation about this to kind of bring things to the light, because I feel like there's almost like truth needed here. There's almost like a need to really assess the situation for what it is, and like kind of, I almost feel like there's this essence of maybe putting it off, like not really wanting to deal with the connection or like really deal with making a decision on it. And I feel like Spirit is really wanting, is really recommending, prescribing, no, I'm just kidding, is saying that, you know, maybe if you guys have been letting this go, or you guys haven't really been looking at it too much, maybe like you guys have kind of been ignoring these sort of disagreements or like red flags that have kind of been going on in the relationship. You know, it's really time to like look at this connection for what it is, have a deep conversation about it, make sure that you guys are really on the same page, and don't let this kind of be under the surface. Like I'm almost seeing like this Shark Oracle card, which talked about like there's something that needs to be addressed. There's something that really needs to be talked about here, it feels like. And I feel like Spirit is saying that will really help kind of get you guys on the same page, and help bring this to a conclusion, or you guys can renew the connection. You know, it's like, it's not saying anything set in stone. It's just saying there's a need to really focus on this and give it the attention that it needs, and to go really deep into it with, don't kind of keep brushing it off, kind of like, oh, I'll like think about this later. I'll deal with this later, you know, because I feel like that's just causing kind of like a drain, it's kind of draining. I feel like this connection is getting a little bit draining for both of you guys. So that's what I have for you guys, pile 2. If this resonated, please like this video. It really supports my videos and my channel. And if you want to comment, I love to read them. Please do so. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'll be posting 2 to 3 pick a card readings per week. And I hope to see you the next one. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Celestite Crystal, then this is your reading about how your person is currently thinking that you view them, and then also how they think you're feeling about them. So I'm going to start off with how they think you're viewing them, and then we'll also go into how they think you're feeling. So I'm going to ask for any positive spirit guides to come through and help me channel this message for the highest good of everyone involved. All right. Pile 3. How's pile 3's? I feel like I need one more shuffle. How is pile 3's person currently thinking that pile 3 is viewing them? Okay, 10 of Swords here in reverse. Okay, so this is someone that feels like you may be in no contact with. We have the Page of Cups. How do I think you're viewing them? 5 of Swords. Okay, I definitely feel like this is someone that you may have had a falling out with, okay? I feel like this is someone you didn't get along with at some point. They think that you're viewing them in that way. I feel like they're kind of giving me an overall gist of what's going on here. So if that doesn't sound like your connection, then you might want to check out a different pile. How is pile 3's person thinking that pile 3's viewing pile 3? Pile 3's person. There's tongue twisters in this reading because it's not the usual lens. All right, what else, Spirit? the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like for pile 3, I feel like they think that they think you feel like they owe you an apology almost, or that you see them as someone, I forget we're going into like how you see them. Okay, so I feel like as a person, you may see them as someone who is maybe sometimes emotionally mature. Maybe sometimes they may have short-lived like relationships. You may like know of like some of their exes, or you may know that they've jumped around from like relationship to relationship. Let's get some more. How does pile 3's person think that pile 3 is viewing them? Yeah, Seven of Swords. It's almost like you view them as someone who may like kind of sneak around, someone who may kind of come off a little bit more reliable than they really are. Also, I feel like you may see this person as someone who kind of can like, I don't know, it's almost like they can kind of be a little bit selfish, or it's like they can kind of really think of themselves. It's like this person always, you feel like this person has like a strategy in relationships. They think that you view them as someone who can be sneaky or something, or like with the High Priestess in reverse, I feel like you view them as someone that you may judge wrong the first time. It's like, yeah, that's coming through with this Knight of Pentacles. It's almost like this person really offers, like there's a fish in the Page of Cups, cup there. And it's almost like what they have to offer you isn't truly something of that much value. And they kind of think that you view them as someone who's sneaky, or someone that kind of can get people's guard down, someone who can kind of like be very strategic, and sometimes they can be selfish, and that's how they think that you view them. Yeah, they may even like have had a lot of falling out with people. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune in reverse here. I feel like you view them as someone who kind of gets what is coming to them, or like they may create a lot of negative karma for themselves, or like they think that you're viewing them as someone who generates a lot of negative karma, or maybe someone who kind of maybe disregards like I feel like there's this essence of them not really feeling like they're going to be affected by their negative actions towards people. It's almost like they're clueless to that. And so because of that, they're always kind of thinking for themselves, They don't really worry too much about the way that they have treated people, the way that they've had like fallings out. It's like they're not too worried about it, We have Death in reverse here. It's almost like someone who doesn't change. It's like this person really needs to like change their ways, but it's like they think that you view them as someone who kind of hasn't changed too much. Yeah, 5 of Wands. It's like this person creates a lot of drama. I feel like this person may have like a lot of different people. You may know this about them, or like that they can kind of lead on multiple people at once. It's almost like feels like that, where like this person can kind of be really flirty. I feel like they think that you view them as someone who's like very flirty, like likes to play around, especially in the beginning stage of relationships, and then like kind of like make it seem like maybe they're going to invest more, but then they kind of sneak away before any responsibility is on them. And it's kind of like they do things, they kind of like cheat the system, if that makes sense. Like they have no problem kind of being strategic or sneaky, It's like they fight to win, It's like it's kind of like this essence of like they have a big ego. It's like this person, it seems to be aware that you see them this way too. So I don't know if this is exactly how you actually feel them, but this is what they think. Yeah, they think that you view them as someone that like you could easily get the wrong idea initially about this person. Like you could see them as someone who's like trustworthy, like really grounded, but kind of as time goes on, you can kind of like the more you talk to them, like the more you hear about like their history, the more you like, I feel like if you were to talk to someone else about this person, like let's say you just met them, we have Justice in reverse in the Seven of Swords here. It's like I feel like this person like has a bad reputation in some groups, honestly. Yeah. All right. How else is pile 3's person thinking? Pile 3 is viewing them. The Fool in reverse. Yeah. Someone who like doesn't think before they do things. Someone who can kind of be a little bit chaotic. It's like this person has kind of like, you view them as someone with like a very chaotic energy that's kind of like, they don't think too much for the consequences, of things. We also have the 4 of Wands here. And so with this like Wheel of Fortune here, it's in reverse, it's almost like this person makes stupid decisions and doesn't realize that there's like consequences of their actions almost. This may be someone that, with this 4 of Wands, why is the 4 of Wands here? Death. You may have used to be in a relationship with this person, or maybe at one point you really wanted like something stable with this person. I feel like there was a time where you really wanted to see this connection go somewhere, you know, pile three. Like I feel like you may even still like kind of want that, but I almost feel like they have not been satisfying for you with this Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, we have the Two of Cups as well in reverse here. And it's almost like they feel like you view them as someone who may even like jump from marriage to marriage or relationship to relationship. That's kind of coming through. It's like almost like if one road doesn't work out for them, they'll kind of just go to something else. But it's like they don't really change what they're doing. It's kind of like if they mess up in one situation, they'll just go to another one. It's kind of like this person doesn't really know how to grow up or kind of like learn the lesson. It's like they're on this like repeat situation, you know. What else for pile three's person? Ten of Cups here. Yeah, I really, again, I do feel like you may have wanted something. They view you as someone who they think that you wanted an ending with them. Or like I feel like a lot of people would want to kind of tie this person down. This person may be very attractive, like very like charismatic is kind of what I'm getting. Like someone that like really catches people's eye. And I feel like they'd like use that to their advantage though. And with the Ten of Cups, it's almost like they think that you view them as someone that like even despite all this sort of like shadiness, it's like they still kind of think that you view them as someone that you'd want to end up with, you know? Yeah. And then we have the King of Cups here in reverse and then the Page of Cups again. It's like this person like lacks emotional accountability and maturity. Okay. Like with this is like a combo where it's like, it's almost like you just wish. I feel like the way that they think you view them is as someone who, if they were to like mature a little bit, it's almost like you would like this person. It's like you wish things could be different. It's like you view them as someone that would be a good partner if they like grew up, but as someone who isn't really like learning those lessons. And with this King of Cups in reverse, it's like they're not going from the Page of Cups to the King of Cups every time that they're making a mistake. It's kind of like they're staying stagnant, but they seem to think that you still would see them as like a good partner or someone that you'd want like a long-term commitment or like marriage or like relationship with, that you see them as that way. But it's almost like you may view them as like too mature right now, you know? Yeah. Let me just get things in view. Cool. All right. See what else comes through. I can shuffle these cards. Okay, how is pile three's person thinking that pile three views them? Yeah, Don Juan. Child divine. Two things very, very clear. So yeah, it's like this is exactly what I was getting at. Yeah. So with this child divine, like it's almost like it's almost like they think that you view them as someone that is very childish or immature, but it's almost like endearing in a way. It's almost like they think that you view them, even though there's like, again, even though all this like kind of shady thing has happened, maybe they kind of are in and out of a lot of people's relationships. Maybe they like seduce a lot of people with this Don Juan, spots like your positive seductive qualities. It's like they're coming through as like a player type energy, and it's like they seem to think that they kind of get away with a lot too, though. It's almost like they feel like you view them as someone who's like hard to tie down. Like I feel like a lot of people would like this person or like want this person's attention. I feel like this person gets a lot of attention from people, and I almost feel like they kind of use that, like they use their like kind of childlike charm, I feel like, to draw people in. But it's kind of like what they're offering is not like really long-term status. It's like it's like this innocent, it's kind of like they do have an innocent layer to them, but it's like the older and older they get, the more that it's like just them kind of being a player, or kind of like, I'm even thinking about in the way that like a kid would use like their cuteness to get like candy, like they'll try to finesse their parent into giving them more candy. And it's almost like this person will be very charming. And so they think that you view them very, like they're very charming and very attractive, but almost just like bad news in a way, like almost someone that's like going to break your heart, or someone that, isn't really going to take the relationship seriously. that's left a lot of broken hearts in their past just because of the way that they are. And like, I feel like this person, again, you know how I was saying, it's like they may jump from person to person and kind of like seek out the same sort of shallow type relationship and kind of like bring this promise of the future to the table, but it's like they're not really, you know, or it's almost like they'll leave pieces out. It's like they'll really try to, it's like this person knows how to like work people, and like they're very like smart, they're very like, an air energy is coming through for them. It's like there's someone that knows how like other people work, and like it's like they know the right things to say. This person, they know how to kind of be strategic in relationships and leave things out that they think they know what people want, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like they know how to get people's attention, they know how to get people to be emotionally invested in them. It's kind of like they feel like that's how you see them, you know? So and I do feel like that's how this person is, honestly, with this Knight of Wands here too, and this Queen of Cups. It's kind of like they leave people with an empty cup, you know, by the end of it. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. So let's go into how they think that you're feeling about them right now. How is Pile 3's person thinking that Pile 3 is feeling about them at the moment? I think I have one card flipped over. Do I? No. All right. How is Pile 3's person currently thinking that Pile 3 is feeling about them? Judgment in reverse. Yeah, like you guys are making a, yeah, like you guys are in this moment where, okay, I'm going to get a couple more, but there is definitely this essence of them feeling like you are seeing them for who they are better, you know, and, or maybe that you're avoiding that. So let me get some more just to see. What else? Okay. King of Cups in reverse. Page of Swords. Yeah, it's almost like, let me get a couple more because I just want to narrow down what I'm getting. How they think they're feeling about you. Yeah, okay. It's almost like they feel like you're kind of coming into awareness, maybe, of like the way that they can be kind of emotionally immature. And like with this Page of Swords in reverse, it's almost like they feel like you may even be a little bit defensive towards this person right now. It's almost like they feel like if they were to talk to you, you might like say something to them, you know? It's almost like they feel like you've caught them in a way, or like that they are afraid of you kind of saying something to them, or like they're kind of anticipating some sass from you, you know? And with this Three of Pentacles here in reverse, it could be that there's a third party situation that you kind of woke up to, but that's not for everyone. It's more that you are kind of feeling like you're not a good like teammate, you're not a good partner for me, you know? Yeah, we have the Knight of Swords. This person has a lot of air energy coming through. Like, it's like this person is here and then they're gone, you know? It's like this person really quickly comes in. It's like a very like passionate situation. It's very like fun for everyone, but then this person is leaving as quickly as they came. And it's almost like they're feeling like you're kind of calling them out on this, or that you would call them out on this, you know, if you kind of had the chance. See the Two of Pentacles here. Yeah, it's almost like you are trying to regain balance in your life. And it's almost like, I feel like you're weighing your options with this person. I feel like you're like kind of thinking about it. Like, I feel like you're really considering if this person deserves a seat at your table. You know, it's like they kind of think that you are weighing out your options and kind of like figuring out if you want to prioritize this person anymore or not. You know, that's how they think you're feeling. I saw the Hierophant in reverse, which I feel like definitely, yeah, the two, they think that they think that you're thinking about the future and you're trying to figure out like, you know, is this person like really gonna ever like commit here? Like, are they, I'm thinking about my future now, you know? It's like, it's been long enough that we've kind of been in this situation together where I feel like you haven't been super committed. You may even like be a little bit like secretive. Like, I don't know if there's other people involved. Like, that's how they kind of think you're feeling. And then they're kind of like realizing that maybe they think that you're kind of looking to the future and thinking like, do I want to keep, you know, I don't know if this is gonna last, like this connection. It's almost like they think that you're kind of feeling like the connection isn't really going anywhere. It's not lasting. Yeah. And then this Knight of Pentacles in reverse can talk, and the Seven of Swords. Yeah. It's almost like they feel like you're viewing them as someone who's like all talk, no action. It's like, maybe you've talked about the future with or like maybe you haven't directly talked about the future, but it's almost like they're getting the idea based on, or you're getting the idea based on their actions that they're really not coming in quickly for the long term. You know, this person is here, like they're here and there, like with this Knight of Swords, like they come in really quick and then they leave just as fast. And there's this essence of you knowing that they're not necessarily reliable for the future. So with this Knight of Pentacles here in reverse, it's like they think that you're thinking practically and you're almost feeling like this person isn't really coming around for you. They aren't really being there for you in the way that you would like. You know, they kind of think that you're feeling that way. Let's see what else comes through. Yeah, they feel like you're thinking about the future, you know, and you're thinking like this person hasn't really shown me much commitment, hasn't really shown me much consistency, and like I'm starting to notice that, you know, and I'm getting a little bit like annoyed by it, and I'm feeling a little like I kind of want to call you out. Like that's what they think, which I feel like could be accurate, but this is subjective from your person's point of view as well. So yeah, and they may be even like avoiding talking with you, or like they don't really want to take accountability, like they don't want to express their emotions. Like I feel like this person is trying to like kind of keep that hidden, you know. Yeah, because they don't want to have a direct conversation about it, because then it's kind of like they're gonna have to like either tell the truth or like overtly lie, and it's like I feel like this person would avoid conversations about the future, you know. All right, what else is going on with Pile 3s? How's Pile 3's person thinking that Pile 3's feeling? Queen of Wands. Yeah, they think you're annoyed. They think that you are getting frustrated by them. They think that you are kind of feeling like they're not seeing your worth. Like that's a fire energy who's like feeling like unappreciated. Getting a sip of water. They think they're pissing you off, honestly. And I feel like they are. I would be annoyed by this person, honestly. Okay, let's get some more. What else is Pile 3's person? Four of Wands. Yeah, they're thinking that like you're realizing that there's no chance for like a happy home, and they almost feel like you viewed them as someone that like they were thinking that you definitely kind of were like under their spell in a way, or like they kind of felt like as like a person they could tell that like you definitely really like them, you know. And I feel like they're kind of thinking now that maybe you aren't as excited about, you know, building something with them. You know, the Four of Wands is like about a homecoming, like building marriage, you know what I mean? It's almost like you're kind of realizing that's maybe not on the table, and as you're like planning it out, it's kind of like stop wasting my time. There's almost this energy of like I feel like you're kind of wasting my time now. For you guys, Pile 3, that's how they kind of are thinking that you are feeling. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, and again, it's almost just like, are you gonna work with me? They want to know, they think that you're like at this point where you're like trying to figure out whether or not this person is gonna be just working with you with the Two Cups, or are they gonna be working with other people? Like, is there gonna be other people involved? Are you gonna be a good partner? Like, I don't really know. It's kind of like they're like feeling like, yeah, we have the Three of Swords here in reverse almost, yeah, and so they almost feel like you're disappointed in them, and that they feel like they hurt you. They feel like they know that they hurt you, and they almost feel like though you're not gonna like let them see that. Like they feel like you would be someone who maybe would say something sassy to them and then never talk to them again, like rather than like get on your knees and like beg for this person. It's more like they feel like you're kind of overtly feeling heartbreak right now, or that you're kind of that you are feeling disappointed in them. They do feel like you're feeling disappointed in them and kind of like hurt, but you kind of have like, you know, you have pride in a good way, you know? So yeah, we have the Seven of Swords here again. And so it's almost like, I feel like the tables have turned a bit. We have so much Seven of Swords. So it's almost like there's so much strategy going on here. And like, I feel like this person really plays a lot of mind games, you know? It's like, this person sees relationships like in a way that's very like, you know, everyone having an agenda, you know? And it's not even necessarily that you've had an agenda with this person. It's just like the way they view it is almost like, you are playing your own strategy right now, which I almost feel like isn't accurate. It's almost like they because they play such a strategy with their relationships, it's like they're thinking that maybe now you are doing the same thing back to them. You know, it's almost like they feel like you may be pulling away from them, or kind of like acting a certain way kind of to get a reaction from them, or kind of play your field. And it's almost like I feel like that's more them seeing themselves and other people, you know, because I feel like that's definitely their energy. But it's almost like they think that maybe now, because they played you might be like kind of breaking their heart back, or kind of wanting to get some sort of revenge on them even. They almost think that you feel like that. Yeah. I feel like they do think that you are feeling like frustrated by them and feeling like, you know what, like the way I'm gonna show that my heart is broken is by playing your game back to you, and I'll do a better job. It's almost like they think that you're kind of bringing that to the table here, like, oh my gosh, what's randomly coming through for some of you guys? You know what? You may like share a community together. You guys may share like a friend group or like a school or like a workplace. This could be someone from that. And so it's almost like they may feel like you've talked to like other people about this person. They kind of think that you've been like kind of talking, or like maybe they're almost like afraid that maybe you're learning secrets about them. It's almost like they're afraid of like certain things getting back to you through like talking to other people with this Three of Pentacles here. It's almost like they feel like they need to sneak away too before like things get too bad, or like they feel like there's other people involved in this. It doesn't have to be for everyone, but I feel like for some of you guys, it's maybe someone you share a community with, and there's like mutual friends here where you can kind of like talk about this person and like kind of get information about them, kind of share it, and like I feel like they think that people are talking about them. They think that you're talking about them with people. Yeah, and they're kind of like, that makes them anxious. What else is coming through for pile three's person? How they think pile three is feeling. Yeah, we have move on here. Yeah, I feel like this person is thinking that you're kind of getting ready to, pick a different option here. Okay, it's just on the ground, but we also have love here, and so it's almost like, yeah, it's almost like they think that you're feeling kind of heartbroken, but like feeling like, they think that you have feelings for them regardless, kind of all this like drama, but like, or all this like things that don't work, but they are feeling like, that there's this essence of you kind of wanting to move away from them, maybe not being able to. It's almost like they think that they kind of are like a catch like that, like they kind of see themselves that way. Yeah, okay, I want to get like, this is just a really interesting pile. So that is what I have for you guys. I'm going to get you a word of advice from Spirit, just kind of see what Spirit wants you to hear. What they want you to hear about this person, about this like situation, just any guidance that can come through for our pile threes. All right, Spirit, talk to me. What does pile three need to hear right now? Yeah, time to let go. I was seeing this one also. And I also saw claim your independence, and I also saw the claim your power card. So I feel like Spirit is saying like this person, honestly, I just don't really feel like they have like really the best intentions for people. Like I feel like this person like very much moves with their ego and through their shadow. And I feel like you're someone that may have seen the light in this person and really wanted things to turn out differently. But I feel like with claim your independence, and it's time to let go. It's almost like Spirit's really hoping that you're learning from this and kind of seeing things for as they are, and not letting your energy kind of be like mooched off of by this person, honestly. And like I feel like Spirit's really wanting you to withdraw your energy from this person, because I almost feel like it's like stifling your progress, and I almost feel like they're just not really deserving of your energy, So that's what I have for you guys, pile three. If this resonated, make sure you like this video. It really supports my channel, so I really appreciate it. Leave a comment if you feel like it. I love to read them. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'll be posting 2 to 3 pick a card readings per week. And I hope to see you guys at the next one, and have a great rest of your day.